What is happening, you wonderful people? So the other day I got a chance to go see Him, and in this film, Cameron Cade is a rising quarterback who suffers a potentially career-ending injury after being attacked by an unhinged fan. Just when all seems lost, Cam receives a lifeline and his hero Isaiah White offers to train him at an isolated compound. However, as the training accelerates, Isaiah's charisma turns into something darker, sending Cam down a disorienting rabbit hole that may cost him more than he ever bargained for. That's all I can say without giving too much away. Let's talk about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So with Him, I wasn't necessarily very excited for this film. I had no big expectations for it, but I like the concept. When I heard about the concept, I was like, oh, that is a really interesting concept. We've never had a horror film like that. We've never had a sports horror film, and he didn't direct it, but he produced it. Jordan Peele. I'm a big Jordan Peele fan. I've loved everything he's done so far, and I really hope we do get his next movie next year. I'm still wondering what it is. I know we all are, but I'm a big Jordan Peele fan. I love Get Out. I love Nope. I love Us. And I know he didn't direct this one either, but he produced this one. Monkey Man. I was a big fan of Monkey Man. Didn't love it as much as I thought I would or as much as I wanted to, but I still had a good time with that film. I still thought it was really good. So with this film, the concept of a sports film as a horror film, we've never had anything like that. So now after having seen it, I liked it more than I thought I would. So starting off with my positives, and then we'll talk about my negatives later, because while I really still did enjoy this movie more than I thought I would, it still has issues. I have issues with it, but I feel like really the positives, while I do have my negatives, the positives outweigh the negatives, but it's also one of those films where I did enjoy it, but I don't think I need to watch it again. Like, I'm going to give it a positive review, but I don't think I really ever need to watch it again. Like, if it's on TV here and there, I'll be like, oh, hey, have y'all ever seen this movie? If not, let's watch it. It's insane. Like, if I'm sitting there with my family and friends and I'm like, hey, this is an insane movie. I liked it more than I thought I would. Maybe y'all like it. Let's watch it, you know? And I have to say, Marlon Wayans, the dude's nuts in here. He's absolutely nuts. I think Tyreek Withers is absolutely great in this film. He was super phenomenal in this film. He's so good in here. But not just him, Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans is better. Like, I know Tyreek Withers is the main character in here. Marlon Wayans is kind of the secondary main character in here, right? He was really good. Like, he has this type of, like, evil, chaotic, psychotic, psycho energy. And for the way his character was written, it really worked. It really worked, and you can even tell that by the trailer. Like, even if you're not going to go watch the movie and you actually only saw the trailers, right? You could be like, oh, yeah, he's crazy. He's definitely psycho. He's definitely a psycho in this film. And he truly is, but man, he was fun to watch in this film. Just how chaotic and how fast-paced his character was. I absolutely loved his character in here. And my favorite thing about the film, and I think a lot of people's favorite thing about this film, from what I've heard and from the videos I've seen here and there about the film, what people thought about the film, is it's beautifully shot. It's a beautifully shot film. It's directed well. The cinematography is so elegant and rich, and I love the color grading. The color grading in this film really goes along with the tone. Like, it feels like the tone and the color grading are one. They're just one, you know what I mean? And going along with the tone, I think the tone is very consistent. For the most part, it was. Like, I didn't really... Maybe if there was some humor in it, which I don't even remember if there was any humor. I don't think there was. It really didn't overtake the film. It focused on its ultimate goal, and it really achieved that, if that makes sense, if y'all know what I mean. And I really thought there was some great imagery thrown in here. I love how Justin Tipping, the director, really shot this film, and I love how the visual effects tell its own story as well. The visual effects in here really do tell its own story, and it's really at times like body horror. And it's almost like, oh, I don't really want to see that. Like, this isn't like all the way body horror, but I see what they're getting at. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to see that, you know? So I thought there was some really great imagery in here. The visual effects were great. Cinematography was great. I loved the tone, how consistent it was. I love the color grading in here. And I think it's one of my biggest surprises of the year. Like, I don't know if I would say it's my biggest surprise, but it's one of my biggest surprises. Like, I really liked it more than I thought it would. And I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not a perfect film at all. But I'm in the minority in a way, sort of, where I like it more than most people. You know what I mean? And I really think that the sound design, that surprised me. The sound design was really good, and I like how they implemented the use of sound in here, and it just made it creepy. And I like how they implemented the score in here. Whoever made the score in here, it's very creepy, very unique, and it's very thrilling. You know what I mean? And I feel like the movie is thrilling, suspenseful for the most part. And there's some great camera angles in here. I love how the camera moved in this film. I love the editing in here. I didn't think the script was all like, oh, that's the best script ever, but it wasn't. The dialogue isn't like the best dialogue of the year, but it's not the type of dialogue that you're like, oh, this is horrible. You know what I mean? This is bad. And so I didn't really mind the script. I don't have much to say about it because I didn't really find it great. I didn't find it bad. You know what I mean? But I thought the sound design was great. I thought the score was great. Love how the camera moves in here. Love the camera angles. And I really think that while Tyreek Withers is great, I think Marlon Wayans stole the show, man. He really stole the show. And it's thrilling and suspenseful at times, and the tone is consistent at times. And I really there are things in here that I truly, really love. There are things that really, really work. It's beautifully directed, and I don't know if I watch it again, but yeah, there's some things I love about it. Now, talking about my negatives, there are some things that I heard people talk about that they didn't really like about the film, and now after having seen it, I have to agree, and it mainly goes along with the story. While I enjoyed the story more than I thought I would, you know what I mean? I was surprised with how much I really enjoyed the story, the overall narrative. But the thing with the overall narrative is that it also feels very shallow. It feels very shallow, and it feels like there's a greater narrative in there somewhere. There's a greater story in there somewhere. And when I was watching the film, I was sitting there and I'm like, I definitely feel like there's potential for this story to be greater. Like, I'm enjoying the story more than I thought I would. Like, the story is surprisingly more intriguing than I thought it would be, But I'm just like, I can definitely see the potential for this story to be greater than it is. Greater than it is. It just feels very shallow. It feels very paint by numbers. It feels very paper thin. And it's a tad bit long. Like, I think the pacing, for the most part, the pacing is relatively good. It is. But at times I can feel that it was dragging a little bit. Here and there, not for the most part, but here and there. And I feel like it was a tad bit long because the movie it clocks in around hour and 36 minutes. So I can feel it getting a little bit long, right? And it's just, the potential for the story is there, man. It's there, but it lacks depth. It lacks story depth. It lacks emotional depth. It lacks character depth. It's just a type of uniqueness, right? It lacks nuance, and it just lacks originality. It lacks complexity, and this story could have been fleshed out more. And the thing with this story is it's a really cool concept about a football player who gets injured, and he goes to his, hero, and he wants to trade with him, right? But then all goes to crap, and everything starts going chaotic and all that. It's just a really interesting story that could have been way better. While I enjoyed it more than I thought it would, if I were the director, I'd been like, okay, we have something here. We have gold here, but I think we need to up the ante a little bit. And I think we need to just make it more complex. We need to add more depth in here. We need to add more character depth, more story depth, more narrative depth, more emotional depth. Like, it's good, but let's add a little bit more flavor, right? Let's add a little bit more nuance to it. So overall, I enjoyed the film more than I thought I would, but it is not without its negatives. So yeah, overall, with him, I didn't have any big expectations for this film, but I walked out enjoying it more than I thought I would, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd watch it again. So with him, I am going to give this film a 3 out of 5 stars. And with him, I would say choose your time wisely. If you're a horror fan, if you're a sports fan, if you're someone who's like, oh, a horror fan in a sport with a sports movie tied together, I'm down for that. If you're a Marlon Wayans fan, I think you will semi-enjoy it. I think you hopefully possibly will enjoy it. That'll wrap up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, share in this video. We just hit 1K subs a while back. We're now at 1.1K. Next big milestone is 2K. We're reaching that quickly, and 3K is the next one to be on there as well. And if you're new as well, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reactions, movie live streams, movie news, movie rankings, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about it in the comments down below. Did y'all like him? Did y'all not like it? Are y'all going to go watch it? If not, are you going to wait to watch it on streaming? Or are y'all not going to watch it? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies with wonderful people. Cheers.